Have you ever felt an unusual pull toward meditation or silence, even when you were very young? Or experienced a deep connection to spiritual teachings without ever being formally introduced to them? Perhaps you've walked into a temple or heard the name of a great saint, and something inside you stirred, like a forgotten memory awakening. You may wonder, why do I feel this way? Why does this seem so familiar to me? The answer, dear soul, might lie in the journey your spirit has already traveled. Could it be that you were once a yogi or sage in a past life? This isn't just a poetic idea, it's a possibility supported by the ancient science of the soul. The great yogis and saints have long taught that the soul carries with it the subtle impressions of its past experiences. These impressions are not lost with the body, they remain like seeds, waiting for the right moment to bloom again. And when they do, you may feel drawn to the divine path once more, not through learning, but through remembering. So if you've ever felt like you are coming back to spiritual life instead of starting it anew, if you've felt a strange peace while sitting alone in silence, or if you've longed for something beyond the pleasures of this world, it may be your soul whispering its own ancient truth. This video is for you, the sincere seeker who wants to understand why they feel so connected to spiritual life. Together, we'll explore 3 profound signs that suggest you were a yogi or sage in your past life. Let this be a journey of remembrance, not just discovery. Because perhaps, what you are seeking is who you've already been. In this first section, let us gently explore a deep truth taught by the ancient sages, that the soul never forgets. You may forget your childhood memories, your early experiences, even people who were once close to you, but the impressions on your soul are never truly lost. They live deep within you, beyond the reach of the conscious mind. These impressions are called sanskaras, subtle patterns formed by your past actions, thoughts, and spiritual efforts, especially from past lives. Just like seeds resting in the soil, they lie dormant until the right season awakens them once more. Have you ever wondered why some people are instantly drawn to spiritual life, even without any outer reason or guidance? A child who closes their eyes in meditation without being taught. A teenager who reads the Bhagavad Gita or the words of saints and feels tears flowing without understanding why. Or an adult who, amid the chaos of the world, suddenly longs for silence and inner peace. These are not coincidences. These are remembrances. If you feel a deep resonance with the spiritual path, it may be your soul remembering its sacred past. Perhaps you once meditated in a cave, chanted the divine name under the stars, or sat at the feet of a master in stillness. That memory is not gone, it is sleeping within your being, waiting for this very moment to awaken. Dear seeker, honor that inner calling. Trust that if you feel drawn toward God or truth, it is not by chance. The soul remembers its journey across lifetimes, and now, it is gently nudging you to continue walking the path it once began. Listen closely. That whisper you feel is not imagination, it is ancient truth stirring in your heart. In this second section, we reflect on a sacred sign that your soul may have once walked the path of a yogi, the natural attraction to meditation and solitude. For many, silence feels empty, even uncomfortable. But for some rare souls, silence feels like home. If you've ever found yourself drawn to quiet places, not out of sadness, but from a deep inner peace, then know this, you may be remembering a past where silence was your teacher and solitude your sacred space. Even before you formally learned meditation, did you ever find comfort in simply watching your breath? Have you ever sat alone under a tree or gazed at the stars, feeling a strange sense of completeness without needing anything else? This ease with stillness is not something the world teaches, it is something the soul remembers. The yogis of ancient times lived in forests, mountains, and caves, not because they hated the world, but because they loved the inner world more. In their solitude, they found the presence of God. If in your current life, you feel a similar pull, not toward loneliness, but toward aloneness, this could be a powerful sign that your soul has tasted the deep joy of inner communion before. When others rush to fill every moment with noise, and you find peace in sitting quietly with closed eyes and a calm breath, understand that this is not ordinary. It is the return of an ancient rhythm, your soul responding to the music of meditation once again. Dear soul, do not ignore this pull towards silence. It is sacred. In this noisy world, the soul that seeks solitude has likely known the sweetness of the spirit in past lives. Honor it. Trust it. Follow it inward, and you may find once again the divine stillness you once knew so well. In this third section, we reflect on another profound sign that you may have been a yogi or sage in a past life, a natural disinterest in worldly pleasures. While many chase after material things, money, fame, possessions, constant entertainment, there are some souls who, even while surrounded by all these, feel an emptiness inside. If you've ever looked at the world's glitter and felt, "This is not enough," or "This is not what I truly want," then your soul may be remembering something far more fulfilling, something eternal. This quiet detachment is not about rejecting life or becoming cold. It is a gentle inner knowing that no outer pleasure can match the deep peace that comes from within. The sages of the past understood this truth through direct experience. They tasted every joy the world had to offer, only to realize that true bliss lies not in what you hold in your hands, but in what you awaken in your heart. If you've ever found yourself uninterested in constant consumption, or if you've felt weary of the endless race for more things, more recognition, more distractions, it may not be because you are strange. It may be because your soul has matured. You may have already walked the path of desire and now seek only the joy that never fades. This quiet inner wisdom, this freedom from craving, is one of the most beautiful signs of a yogic past. You may live in the world, do your duties, even enjoy simple pleasures, but deep down, you know, this is not my true home. Dear seeker, never doubt the strength of such detachment. It is not a weakness, it is the mark of an old soul. You are not escaping life, you are remembering a higher joy. And that remembrance is the first step toward true liberation. In this fourth section, we come to one of the most touching and unmistakable signs of a soul that has walked the path of a yogi before, a spontaneous love for God or the divine. This love is not taught. It does not come from books or rituals or philosophy. It arises naturally, like a flower blooming in the heart without being planted in this lifetime. It is pure, childlike, and deeply personal. Have you ever felt tears in your eyes while listening to a devotional chant, or while gazing at an image of a saint or deity? Have you ever looked up at the sky and felt, not alone, but as if someone loving and eternal is watching over you? If so, you may be carrying forward the sacred bond formed in a past life, between your soul and the infinite. The sages and saints say that once the heart has truly tasted divine love, it cannot rest in anything else. Even in the midst of daily life, your heart may suddenly call out to God, even if your lips say nothing. That longing, that sweet pain, that quiet pull, it is the echo of past devotion awakening once more. This kind of love isn't driven by fear or duty. It is not about religion, it is about relationship. A love so deep, it transcends lifetimes. Perhaps you once prayed by candlelight in a temple, or chanted under the moon in solitude. That love never dies, it sleeps until you are ready to feel it again. Dear soul, if you feel this spontaneous connection to the divine, embrace it with both hands. It is rare. It is holy. It means your soul has known the beloved before, and is now finding its way back, through the doorway of the heart. In this fifth section, we explore a subtle yet powerful sign that you may have been a yogi or sage in your past life, a deep inner wisdom that flows beyond your current years or experiences. You may have noticed it yourself, or perhaps others have told you, you speak like an old soul, or you understand things most people your age don't. This isn't just a compliment, it may be a reflection of the ancient light already shining through your soul. Wisdom gained through meditation, spiritual practice, and inner realization is never lost. Even if you are born into a new body, in a new place, the essence of that understanding remains with you. It may show up in the way you see life, how you solve problems, or how you offer comfort to others. You may not know all the scriptures, yet you grasp their meaning instantly. You may not have lived long, but you understand suffering, detachment, compassion, and joy with great depth. This is not because of what you've studied in this life, it is because of what your soul has already experienced in previous lives. Sometimes, you may even feel surprised by your own thoughts or insights. At times of stillness or reflection, ideas flow through you that seem to come from a higher source. That, dear soul, is not imagination. It is the timeless voice of your true self, speaking across the veil of lifetimes. This inner wisdom is not loud or boastful. It is quiet, calm, and filled with clarity. It guides you gently, like a lantern lighting your path from within. If this resonates with you, know that you carry the legacy of your past spiritual efforts. Your soul remembers truths it once lived, and now, it invites you to live them again. In this sixth and final section, we come to perhaps the most powerful sign of all, a deep and persistent longing for liberation. Not just freedom from stress or from the burdens of daily life, but a longing for something far greater, freedom from the very cycle of birth and death. If your heart has ever quietly cried out, "I don't want to come back again. I want to be free," then this is not an ordinary thought. It is the sacred yearning of a soul that has known lifetimes of spiritual striving. Yogis and sages of ancient times spent their lives seeking this very freedom, what we call moksha. Not to escape life, but to merge once again with the eternal source from which we came. If in your current life you feel restless amidst pleasures, tired of repeated patterns, and drawn to the idea of final union with the divine, then your soul is likely remembering the unfinished work of past lifetimes. This longing for liberation is subtle but persistent. While others are content chasing momentary joys, you may feel drawn to that which never fades. Even in moments of happiness, you may sense that something is still missing. That missing is not a lack, it is a divine call. The call to return home. You may not have the words to explain this longing, but it lives within you like a silent flame. That flame has been carried through lifetimes of devotion, meditation, discipline, and surrender. And now, it flickers again, asking you to complete what you once began. Dear soul, if you feel this yearning, honor it with reverence. You are not broken or lost, you are awakening. Awakening to your soul's ancient desire for truth, for God, for complete freedom. And that, more than anything, is the mark of a true yogi. Dear soul, if as you listened, something within you stirred, if your heart resonated with even one of these signs, know that it is not by chance. Your presence here, watching this video, is not an accident, it is part of your soul's remembering. The path of a yogi, a sage, a seeker of truth, is not walked in one lifetime. It stretches across many births, guided always by an invisible hand and an inner flame that never truly dies. You are not starting the journey, you are continuing it. With every moment of silence you embrace, with every prayer you offer, and with every breath of longing for the divine, you are walking once again on the sacred path your soul already knows. Now, I invite you to take a gentle step forward. If this message touched your heart, please share in the comments below. Which of these signs did you feel most strongly? Your insight may not only affirm your own journey but help another seeker recognize their own soul's truth. And before you leave, I ask from the heart, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss the next soul-stirring message. I pour deep thought and spiritual love into every word shared here, and your support helps this light reach others walking their own quiet path to the divine. Also, let me know in the comments, what topic would you love to explore next? Whether it's about past lives, signs from the soul, deeper yogic wisdom, or spiritual awakening, I'm listening. Until we meet again on this sacred journey, stay blessed, stay inward, and keep walking the path of remembrance. Jai Gurudev.